Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We are back in Space Haven, and our defense system is going to stop that rock from hitting my ship. That's great. That's great stuff. Sometimes when these asteroids explode, they leave a little bit of material in space, and then you can go out and collect them with your pods. So we're going to be looking at that too. Okay, I think I'm going to have to wake up Chris, Peter, Starfarer, and William. They have a job to do, and that job is to go out and get us some stuff. Yeah, I think they're pretty good on energy now. I don't really want to get in the way of their leisure time, but they're pretty good on energy now. So I'm going to go ahead and break them in here, or draft them. We're going to break them in. That's right. That's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and put you guys in here. And we're embarking on a somewhat dangerous mission, unfortunately, here today. And that is that we got to go into derelicts that probably have robots. Robots, they're a little more complicated because they have ranged attacks. So they don't care if you're floating in space. Let's start here. I would float, but if they are like right here waiting for me, then I don't want to be floating out in the open. I want to have, like tighter corridors. Maybe I can, I don't isolate one or two of them or something. We'll see. I don't have a lot of experience fighting them. I just know from my limited playtesting that it's harder than the crawlers. So, all right. Oh, ooh, hang on. That might be a crawler. Oh, really? Oh, they're bugs. Oh, good. We got lucky. Let's get out in the open then. There you go. Shoot them. Bugs in a barrel? No, see, they're all gonna cower in fear now. That's unfortunate. Let's have Chris maybe walk a little bit here. See if you can't, there you go. Trick one of them into thinking, hey, you could get him. He's right here. Come get him. He's right here. And we escape. Yep. Yep. Just gonna tag up on the ground here so they have some hope. There we go. And back. There we go. Perfect. Just wanna, just a little bit of bait. You're okay with that, aren't you, Chris? Just being bait? Yeah, I think you're all right with that. Let's open up some of these doors, see what we can see inside. Oh, we got another bug right here. Yeah. Come on over. Come on over, bug. Yeah, we got some more bugs over here. Hey, you wanna come get me? No, so again, read up on a lot of the mechanics of the game, right? So there's no friendly fire. So if in case you're curious, like, if the bug's right here, can we shoot your own guy? No, you can't. Their accuracy isn't very good, but we won't shoot our own guys. So in case you're curious on that, that's how that works. Chris, can you? Oh, yeah. Come on, Chris. Open this up. There it is. Run away. Yeah, and float. And he's dead. Ooh, he lives. And he lives. He's dead. Okay. So is that everybody? God, that was a lot of them, wasn't there? There was a lot of bugs in here. Fighting them without yeah, that's it. Fighting them without floating would have sucked. So we can go ahead and undraft. And now we get started with our haul. So we have some corpses. I'm not really ready for those yet. I don't think I want to get those yet. Hyperfuel is great. That is a more efficient form of fuel for us to be flying around and zipping around in. But I can't use it yet. So we'll just go ahead and get all those things marked. And that's it. Yeah, so we're going to let them do the thing that they do. Break everything down. We didn't really learn anything from this, but I did want to point this out in case it's not clear. When they break down something in here that we have never built ourselves, so like any type of equipment that they break down that we don't have access to when we're building our own ship, they're getting some research progress towards that thing. They get like schematic knowledge of that. So it's possible, even without a research bench, that I might have some progress on some things here. Not quite yet. Not quite. Yeah, right here. So a little bit of progress on the hyperdrive here. I think they're on stage 1. There's 2 stages to this research. Yeah. There's an experimental stage here, which uses 3 Hyperium. Yikes. There's basic research, intermediate research. We got 6 points towards the basic research for breaking down an X1 hyperdrive inside that ship. So any research that, we're not wasting our time there. Breaking stuff down does have some research implications as well. And it'll say that too as we... Oh, they just left. It'll say that too as we break things down. You'll see green text above their heads. It says schematics or whatever. Maybe this even. Although I think we already have that. Isn't that an operations console? Yeah, we already have that one. Also, the asteroids can hit this while we're in it and damage us and damage our shuttle and all those things too. Like, that's not just our own ship. It can damage us too. Oh boy. We're not shooting at all, are we? Nobody's back home. And now we have a breach. So this is a micro breach. And that means that, oxygen's getting weak in there too. It's going to be bad. So what I want these guys to do to fix the breach is to go get their suit on. Now, this main door that's in this area, they can quickly access their suit in that door. So that's what she just did. That's why I put a door in here in the middle of the ship. Otherwise, they might have to come even further away to get one. So now that she has a suit, she doesn't need oxygen. She's immune to temperature problems, gases, etc. She can go in and fix this, and it's not going to be a big deal. And then she can take her suit off when she doesn't need it anymore, and off she goes. So good job, Jess. Way to go. And then we can see temperature should be rising in here a little bit there too. Yep, there we go. And eventually, I want to have doors here. I just need more infra blocks, but I want to have doors through here, of course. And then all that problem is just isolated to this one single room. Because the vents on these doors are automatic. Something goes wrong, starts to depressurize or something, it locks it down. So basically that's a way for you to isolate parts of your ship so that any problems like fires or whatever, micro breaches, they're all just isolated to a single room. Okay. So we're going to break down that hull. In the meantime, probably should let these guys... There's no wounds though, right? I know I say that now, but I'm pretty confident that... if this is bugs too, that's fantastic luck. But I'm going to have to assume that this is not bugs. I have to assume that this is going to be the robots that we're going to have to deal with here. A little bit more complicated. Well, they're not more complicated. They're very easy. You shoot them, kill them. But it's the fact that they can shoot back is the problem. Okay, so I think I might want to start looking at, maybe getting some tasks here sorted with people. So priorities. I need to have these guys that I want to draft kind of available more often. So maybe we make sure that Chris, he's got great mining though. He's probably the one that should be mining. Starfarer, same thing. They have good mining skills. So I don't want to tell them not to do something that they're good at. Maybe I just have to be patient, It's a tendency to be like, I want to go now, but really that's what fast speed is for. Yeah, we're almost done. See, Chris will come back and then we can draft him. Almost. There. We can draft him now. So, Chris, we go Peter, Starfarer, William. You're a little bit low on energy here. I kind of, maybe you should wait a little bit longer, but if we encounter any issues, then we'll just, bring you back and we'll go back. We don't have to be in a hurry. If we see something that looks especially dangerous or there's a lot of them, then we can, we can amend things. We can change our strategies a little bit. Why don't we go here? 'Cause it's open. Just in case it is bugs, then it's just a big open area right there. There's a big old cargo port right here. It looks good. I want to get one of those for... I don't know if there are cargo missions in this game, but I assume there are. I do know this. I read that there are cargo missions in this game, and I think that's what that's for. It's for cargo missions. So it might be a nice way to get some income. Okay, let's be careful here. And first time we see... Okay, so this is a robot. So this is a little bit of an issue. I don't want to be out in the open against this thing. I'm actually going to go back in the ship. Go back in the ship. Yeah, you missed. Okay. I want to dock someplace where I've got firm footing. I could even do it on this side. This would give me firm footing. And then I could then attack it from this side. There's not a lot for cover there though, but confined spaces are bad too because they explode when they die. Yeah, I think they explode when they die. Tell you what, why don't we come over here? This is still out in the open. Yeah, this is still out in the open. I want to go here instead. Is it gonna change? Yeah, it's gonna go over here instead. All right, let me just get something to have firm footing. So my understanding of combat is limited, but from what I understand is that their accuracy is decreased when they're floating. So they shoot worse when they're floating. And it's increased if I make them crouch. The other thing that if I understand correctly, is that the suit decreases their aim. So if you can fight without the suit on, it's better still. Okay, so I think with this guy being so freaking close, we should just shoot him now. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Shoot, shoot. Okay, he blows up. Yeah, he definitely blows up when he dies. So you don't want to be super close to him. All right, so we have everybody here. Now, we can get in a little bit of an account here of everybody, but I want to crouch. So this is going to improve their aim. Now, I want to take a look at conditions really quick here. So was anybody hit? Because I feel like you probably were. Somebody was. Okay, so we have a wound on Jazz. Just 5. I've been shot and wounded. Okay. That adds 25% to her surrender. Were you the only one hit? I think you were the only one hit. Okay. So you're going to be in the front. Because we're going to have to, if we're going to have to cure some wounds, rather it be just one person. It's probably not the best way to go about it, is it? So what I want to do is be very careful here. There is a data log over here. I'm going to have you go get that while these guys hold down the fort. I'm actually going to have you move this way. You should crouch from there. Yep. And then let's have Jazz go over and grab. Like, this thing is in my way. I think I can still. Can I grab it? I can't get it because of the ship is in the way. I want the ship out of the way. Maybe it will let me. No, I can't grab it. It's weird. The interface is over top of it. So now it's like showing that I'm going to be shooting and I don't want to shoot it. Yeah, weird. Okay, so I can't grab that yet. I have to move this thing around. But we can see a bot. So come over here. We're going to have to help. Oh, we see 2 bots. Oh boy. Oh, I don't like 2. 2 is bad. Jazz, crouch and fire. Does the explosion hurt them too? Right? Do they get damaged on the explosion? I would hope so anyway. We have a 9 overall mood decrease from being shot. Looks like Pets got shot too. But so far, we're okay. I think Pet's shot is really draining his energy. His energy is really low now. So I feel like maybe he's going to be less useful. We might want to consider getting out and going back in later when people are more rested. Might want to consider this. I say this as I continue moving forward because I feel like there's just like, maybe we can get out of this. Maybe it'll be all right. Why don't we move our ship over here? There's a human corpse there. Let's move our ship over here. And now we are committed. Oh, well, there's another bot. So I want to... He's got to zoom through here, I think, to get to us. He might be able to see us through this gap. But we're coming this way, so I want to... Yeah, so let's get over... Let's go like this. Get there. Crouch, please. And... Oh, yeah. It's I don't think it can shoot us through the door, but it's going to have to come through the door if it wants to shoot us. Is this the last of them? I only see the one. It's just progressed that way. It's going to come back. Let's put William and let's actually stop, guys. Let's everybody just crouch. There we go. Yeah, we can shoot through this opening. But of course, so can he. Come on, guys. Okay, Pet's down. Now, he's not dead. He's just down. Because he's out of energy, so he's unconscious right now. And so we're going to have to carry him to the ship. But these 3 can still shoot. Come on, shoot. He's almost dead. There it is. Good job, Chris. And these two aim way better. Okay, Jazz is going to pick up Pet, and you're going to take him, Starfarer, take him to the ship. You two will proceed. And if you run into any new enemies, if we see any new enemies at all, then we retreat. We're not going to fight them. We're just going to retreat as soon as we see, and then we'll come back later. But if I can scan every room and then end this right now, then we can start scavenging it. That'd be great. So I don't see anybody yet. We might have the last one dead. Yeah, let's go ahead and investigate that. And I think we're solid. Yeah. So as we do everything here, I'm gonna stay drafted for a second because I want to get this log, and then we'll undraft from there. Nothing found. Wow. Okay, fine. So we'll undraft there, and then we'll undraft this. And now we want to scavenge. So transfer. Got 2 human corpses. Normally I'd take them and say, hey, cool. Let's bring them into the big body storage thing so we can, turn them into compost later. But it's not going to help me much. I don't know if there's a reason to bring Hamster. He's one of the flybots. It's a broken flybot. I'm not sure if there's a reason to bring one of those, but maybe we can get some resources for that later too. Let's bring those all to Fedora, and then we have lots of infra scrap and tech scrap. Love that. Hull scrap, energy. Yep, just expedite that too. Okay, so we went through 2. Obviously, more injuries here is not great. Whoops, not great, but ultimately a successful derelict raid, I suppose, right? Successfully going through that derelict. So let me let this run for a little while. And we actually have 2 point defense turrets now, which is fantastic. I would like to get, I think, somebody who is not usually on the away team. So maybe like Nolan. How are you with this? Operations. The scan, reducing charge times. Is this the gunner? This is ship-to-ship combat situations. So it's not... I don't think any of these things matter when it comes to shooting these. Like gunner, I don't think... Oh, reduces turret recharge times. But this is still ship-to-ship situations. So I don't think it matters. So if I was to go into your play here, Nolan... I don't think there's any way I can tell you to get on operations, but I guess what I'll do is about Jess. Jess is better at it than you are. Why don't I take and have Jess go like this? So we'll say that Jess is going to prioritize going on operations. I don't know if I can actually force that, but it would be nice if I could maybe have that be a thing. Yeah, I can't. It's on auto. Maybe there's a way. I want to make sure that even if there's 2 people here, somebody is ready to shoot these things, right? I have 2 defense turrets, so I'm definitely capable of getting rid of these asteroids before they hit me. I just want to make sure that stuff like this that's flying into the map, like this thing can hit me. That's coming right at me. But Peter's there. He's ready to rock. So we should see both of our turrets take this thing out, like way before it gets to me. Yeah, two turrets now on this. He's breaking down this really big one here, right? William is. And I can't build one of these, so I want to see the schematic pop up, right? That we learned something from that, and it doesn't look like we did. Maybe there's only a chance to learn something from it. Maybe it's about the learning skill, right? Because his intelligence is 1, so maybe he didn't learn anything. Maybe that's... maybe I should have him, like, not break things down. Like, he's on the team that makes it safe, and then he goes back to the ship. I'm not sure how to do that. I'm not sure how to weigh that. I suppose maybe one way to do it is to just say that he is not allowed to go to derelicts. But then if I have him drafted, he'll go there anyway. Right? So if I say expedite command raises prior to hottest, yes. But if I go working on fleet ships over derelict ships, right? So if I say William doesn't go to derelicts... And I suppose Chris is probably low intelligence too, I guess. He can't do research, right? So what if I was to say, and I don't know if this is the right call or not. I guess we'll find out. What if I was to say this? And that way, the people who have low intelligence don't go working on derelicts. They don't break things down. And we don't sacrifice the potential to learn something from breaking things down. I'll have to look in more into that and see if that's actually a thing. But now at least I have, like, these two guys are going to be on our own ship, right? They're going to be here, and they won't go work on the derelict anymore once they're back. And see, and we have a lot of the stuff floating in space, right, from the asteroids. So we have exotic ore right there. You can see the list of them down here. So exotic ore, basic ore, all the stuff from the asteroids that were blowing up. There's just particles of it there. So we can just kind of, in a way, sort of farm resources in addition to what's on the asteroids that are here. We can get these mini ones. And if they blow up near us, we might get resources from that, which is what this one right here, that's a new one that just happened. We can now prompt that one to be collected as well. So that's nice to see that kind of thing. We do have some basic ore over there. And then there is another piece that I'm not bringing over. That's the human corpse. But we have a hull block and a soft block just floating in space too from this derelict. So we could bring all those things in. Yeah. That'll be nice. So we're pretty much all collected here. I don't have enough, unfortunately, for the research lab, at least not until we make an infra block, which we are working on. Yep, with the infra scrap right now. So we should see a block pop out of here soon, I would hope. And there we go. We can now get research going. So who's going to spend their time researching? Well, I think probably Peter. Surprisingly, Peter's smart, right? So is Starfarer. So we can have them have a high priority on these things. So I think industry is not going to be... I think it's going to be Starfarer for the most part. Unless there's botany to do. There's no medical or botany to do. So research should be... This should be what she does. And then it's looking like... I think I want Pat doing a lot of these other things. So, like, you can do this, but I want you doing these things. Like, the problem with this is, like, he has everything as a priority because he's got good skills and everything. Why don't we have you reduce your medical prioritization, keep construction and maintenance. Let's reduce your industry prioritization. So if there is something to build or maintain, you do this first. And then research if there's none of this to do. Yeah, I like that. So if there's nothing to this to do, yeah, that will do nicely for me, I think. Yeah. Well, you're already going to do these two before industry, though. Yeah. That's already how it works. So I guess what I would do is this then, to make sure that you're doing research after these things. Mm-hmm. And then logistics for Jess. What's your guys' carrying capacities? I wish that would display that. Maybe it does. Is that what this is? Logistics skill is probably your carrying capacity, right? If I look at Chris, skills, your carrying capacity is 2. Jess is 2. Nolan is 2. Peter's 3. 2. 2. So, like, again, Peter is just like really well-rounded. He just can't do, botany and mining, but everything else he can do, he's really good at it. And he's going to get some more skills in industry here pretty quick too. So I kind of want him to do these things. But Starfarer should be the one doing research. So what are we researching now that we have that desk going? Well, I think botany's first. To get a stable food supply, I think is pretty essential. And then from there, I want medical bed. And then from there, let's go with probably an X1 power generator. I want to get off of using Energium as soon as possible and start using these energy rods instead. We just need to be able to build them. So probably want to head down this way. The other thing to do is go through the X1 hyperdrive, because using Hyperium is going to be very expensive as well. And if we can use the hyperfuel instead, that's also good. We have a little bit of progress towards that too, and we can do it now. This has to wait. Or the other one has to wait. So we could get that going. It looks to me like these are bigger, though. Do they take up the same amount? Oh, I see. Okay, so they probably take up the same amount of space as 2 of them. but they have a 1600 capacity, which is kind of a reduction, unless this takes up less space. Because right now, 2 of mine are 1800. But the idea of being able to use hyperfuel instead is, I think, definitely worth it. So why don't we research that next? And then from there, I need to be able to make that, though. I need to be able to make that fuel source. So that's probably in my industry section. And is it a chemical refinery? Are you the one that can do this? You are not the one that can do this. You make chemicals, plastics, medical supplies. You don't make the thing I need. Is it energy refinery then? Yes, that's what I need. So I want this next. There's no point in having this if I don't have this, actually. So why don't we move this up? Okay, so botany, medical bed, then energy refinery. That lets us make the better energy sources. And then we can get the technology that lets us use it. So I guess from there, we would want to queue up the power generator, which we won't be able to have unless we have this. So punch that up there. Okay, so that's something, right? We have something queued. I'll probably change that as we go, especially if we decide we need something else. We'll probably change it as we go. Looks like we've scrapped everything over there of value. We've gotten everything out of space. We're ready to leave this area. So let's go ahead and prompt ourselves a little hyper jump there, yeah? Need somebody else on this console. Peter's very slow at navigating, so probably should have someone else do navigation stuff. Why don't we have... It's weird that he's slow because he's really smart. But probably it should be a Jess job. Yeah, Jess, you should be doing navigation. I'm assuming this is what that is, but because it's navigation, but I don't know if that's the thing. Okay, so we should be queued up now. Come on. We're on backup power for some reason. Jump. Off we go. All right, so from there, we cleared this. That's good. We want to go here or here. There's an unexplored derelict here, and there's no derelict on this thing. Derelicts are good. We can get stuff for those. Why don't we... We're going to use extra fuel, though. Let's see what this is. I believe our objective is to get... Oh, maybe it's here. The Exodus fleet is right there. But our goal is up top. Or maybe, I don't know. I thought our goal was here. The diagram made it seem like it was right here. So I kind of want to get there. We can always double back and get this stuff later. There's some Energium here to get to, though. Let's drop out here really quick. And then we'll bring ourselves over here next to the Energium. There we go. And then I want to get that. Yeah, there's quite a lot there. Why don't we start by getting the Energium, and then we can queue up the other stuff later. There's also asteroids here too, so we don't want to stay here very long. But it's enough to just get some additional energy because we only have 12 left. It's not a lot. Also, it still says 4 days of oxygen. Now, I think that's because of the lack of water. And we have this now. I just never ordered it to be refined. So let's just have you say if less than 10. Let's just do that. So we should have the water starting up now too. Okay, so now that I have a door here, I want to make sure that people are properly utilizing this. And actually, why don't we duplicate it and put one here? So we'll get another door there too. So Nolan is sleeping in this bed. And I think what we'll do is we'll make sure that Nolan is going to stay that way. I don't know if this is top bunk or bottom bunk or whatever. Like, I don't know which one of these is which, but we'll do that. And then Jess is over here. We want people who are on the same shift to be sleeping in different beds, right? So Jess is going to stay here on this bed. And we'll make sure that this is Jess's bed. Okay. And then the people that sleep with them. So hopefully, Nolan, hopefully you can get along with Chris. Okay? Because he's going to be bunking with you. Okay? And then for Jess... We have Jess's bed, and then you can bunk with Starfarer. So at least it keeps them to where there's only one in this bed at any given time. They now have a closed door. There's privacy there. That's a bigger deal. And then technically this room is private too. Well, until someone walks through this door, then it's disrupted sleep, yeah. So I do need another one there, but that's going to be something we have once we have infra blocks again. because we don't have that yet. We can get it, though. We have all the ores and stuff, right? So why don't we go ahead and prompt them to go ahead and mine everything at this point. And mostly these guys are just gonna be in the ship. Okay, research is completed on our grow beds and such. Very good. We'll start medical beds next. That's nice. To get the grow beds started, though, I think we're going to need to add on to the ship, right? We don't have a place for the grow beds and everything to be. And you want, as far as I understand, you want to have like a controlled environment for it. You want it to have a separate environment where you can have good CO2 levels and things for the plants. So why don't I start with a little grow area, and I gotta figure out how big these things are. Like, that's the thing I don't know about any of these things, is how big they are. Oh, this is a big one. So this is 1 grow bed for 2 infra blocks, 2 grow beds for 3 infra blocks, or 5 grow beds for 5 infra blocks. I mean, I think that's the best ratio. Yeah, I mean, this is 2 per grow spot. This is 1.5 per grow spot, and this is 1 per grow spot. This is the cheapest one. So we will probably get it to be here. I could put it right up against this too. We have to have the room, probably a door there to enter the room, and then another door here to enter it from this side as well. Okay, so why don't we sketch this to be, let's start with this big, and we can always make it bigger from there. Yes, we'll start with this size, and we expand it later as we need it. Cool. We have 8 hull blocks. That should be more than enough to make that happen. And then this is where you get in the builder and you go and do building things. Yeah, these are our builder things, and we can build them a lot faster now. Now we have this problem because they're not keeping the wall. Yeah, they're not. They're digging into the wall here, which I guess makes sense. It is kind of how I drew it up, isn't it? So we want to go ahead and restore order there. I don't like how that wall is showing differently. I'm hoping that fixes, graphically fixes. Otherwise, I'm going to have to tear that out just by principle. We'll do this. Ironically, it didn't tear out this wall. That's because there's a light there. Okay. I was going to say that's irony because that's the wall I want to remove. I want a door there. So we're going to place a light, I think, on that tile. I'm hoping once they make these 2 wall segments that this will correct, because it doesn't really look good right now. There it goes. Okay, and then we want a door right here. So now I want to remove this wall. I don't have the infra blocks. Oh, I don't have the infra blocks for it, so I'm gonna have to leave this open for now. Yeah. Yes, this is closed, and so is this. This is going to stay open from there. So we're going to keep building the wall this way until we're done. So this is going to be this area right here. Now, this area is going to need lights. We're going to want grow lights on there at least, right? Or at least some light. So about there. And then it's technically going to just be open in this area right now until we can get the infra blocks to make the door. Because I don't want to open this up and have all of this. Well, is it a big deal though? If this is unlocked, I think it's better to face in here than it is in here. Let me see the readings on this. We go comfort. So this is sleep comfort right now. That's not accurate. I mean, with these things in an open space, this is going to change. But not bad. On leisure time and work comfort, not bad. So I think we open it up from this side instead. That's okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go wall here and then break that. There. And now this can kind of balance out and be mostly green on that side. That's good. Okay, grow beds. How many? Yeah. So it's 5 infra blocks for that. We're going to be a bit before we have that much. And then we also want the moisture collector to be in here too, right? So I think it would be about here. Seems like a good spot for that. And then we follow that up also with the water collector being here so that it can soak up the moisture that's in this room. And then we can get another 5. I mean, it's a lot more info blocks cost to build it, right? But I don't know why I'm surprised. Like we just evaluated this, right? Of course it's 5. It's just like whatever, man. My brain works like a human's brain. Okay, all right. You just stop your judgment. All right, we're good here. I figured it out. But it's gonna be oh, what's this? Get that. It's going to be a little bit before we can get that built, just because I don't have the infra blocks. But every time I get infra blocks, now, shoot. I have that on, oh, I mirrored it, didn't I? I did. I do. I still have the mirror on. Ugh. Well, hey, at least it's balanced. At least it's, yeah. That's not what I wanted, though. Let's make some walls here. We want all. Nope. Objects, wall. Yep. Let's get these walls back. We want to go like this. Yep. Like that. And then, you know, I'm not sure what we're going to do in this area. So for the meantime, we'll just leave that open, I guess, for now. But we'll close it on that side. But I definitely don't want this to be exposed to all of this. Because like right there, that removes the whole reason for the store to exist. That said, though, with this open, I can actually make this not so close. I kind of wanted to leave this open because going through this door, I didn't want this to be such a narrow passage. And with this open, I could actually make my medical bay go through here instead of going like this from this side. So maybe I will move these walls and bring them one more tile in to make this a little bit less cramped in this area. Okay, there is an unfriendly ship coming. This is Cult of New Haven. It is an unfriendly faction. I don't know if that means they're going to attack on sight or anything, but I kind of don't want to find out because I really don't have the ability to fight off them right now. Hang on. Why don't we... Are we still mining right now? Yeah, we are. He's still mining. Is he going to come back because I just prompted him to? I think so. Do we want to stay here? They're here in 5 hours. We could get out of here in 5 hours. It's just a little bit of basic ore left. I don't know if that's a bad thing. Maybe we'll try this. He goes out. 4 hours left. He's getting some stuff. He might be able to get all this before we come back. 2 hours. All right. We're going to risk it here, but I'm going to be ready to charge this up. Yeah, see, he's done. He just got it all. All right. Come on back. Prepare. Let's see. This is our sector. You are not welcome here. Okay. Sure. Yeah. They don't seem to be attacking. Oh, I'm in backup power again. They don't seem to be attacking me, though. So once we're booted up, we'll get out of here. Boom. Okay. So now that we're here, we could get to this sector. A little bit of ice there, but we're actually fine on most of our resources. I want to get to the objective, so I think I want to pass by this. You can always come back later. And that's our point right there. That's where we're supposed to go. There's some exotic ore and ice and stuff here, but not worth stopping for. Let's go. And then we need to be here. Now there's the Exodus fleet, and they have a mega asteroid field. It's a resource intended for the Exodus fleet. Only the Exodus fleet miners and scavengers can use this resource. Okay, so there are ore resources if I go to this system, basically. Okay, I see. Then there's a farming station here. That's nice. I'm assuming we can get some more food. We have 18 days, but this is a scannable sector. Oh, how do I do that? Let's go to leisure station. All right, so nothing to scan, nothing to get in here, which makes sense. If there's a leisure station here, there's probably a lot of traffic, so it makes sense that there would be. Although I don't know if there's asteroids. Maybe I should play. Let's get really close to this. I don't know where the asteroids are coming from, if they are. Also, you can do this too. In case you're curious on what this is, it says you can drag and drop your fleet to the sector. All of your ships must be in it. And then you can modify your ships from here. So if I put this in here, it's going to let me change like the location of my ship, I guess. Well, I thought it was. Now I'm thinking it won't. I thought I could move it. Now I'm thinking I can't move it. Yeah, so if I want to make it bigger, I could do something like that. Change the different canvas types. Maybe center it in the canvas. So if I want to make the ship bigger for any reason, then that's how I would do it. That's pretty cool, I guess. Let's center it, and maybe we'll bring it like there. I'm not sure what I just did, but you reposition it in there, and so like let's say I originally built it all the way on the edge of the square, and it's like, man, I wish I could build more this way. You would bring it in here, and then you should be able to move it down, but for some reason it's not letting me do that. I think maybe it's because I don't have enough points or something. Yeah, like this. I can reposition it in the grid, right? So if it's like, oh, I built too far this way, then I can reposition it, and now I can build more in that direction. Is kind of how that works. Anyway, we're going to get really close to the station. Incoming rogue bots. Okay. We have incoming rogue bots. ETA is unknown. A scanner will estimate the arrival time. A scanner. So I don't have that. If it's not the operations console, I don't have that. Is there a scanner? Scanner right here. So it's after the operations console. Can partially reveal the interior of another ship. Well, that's cool. Is controlled from the operations console. Can I do this to a derelict too? So I can kind of know what I'm gonna fight before I get in there. I assume that's the case. Scanner is also capable of estimating the arrival time of incoming solar flares. That's a thing I didn't even know is in the game. Great. Solar flares are a thing I'll have to deal with later. Cool. So that's part of things that I might want to research in the near future. Having information is great. We'll put it on the docket here. I might move it up, but for now, I still think medical bed is top priority. Yeah, so I don't know when these bots are coming or when I have to do it, but I've got a couple of guns here with their name on it. I mean, not literally with their name on it, but we could put their name on it. On the bullets even, you know? Or lasers. Not sure how I would put names on lasers, but hey, there we go. So, yeah, if my crew wants to hang out, can you, I guess I can't tell them to do leisure stuff over here. That would be the ideal, though, is just to be like, hey, you guys want to go and come over here and make yourselves happy with all the leisure stuff that's over here, right? Like everybody else is. And we have, what, Templeton is the star above his name. What's that about? Can't click him. I'm trying to. It's not going to give me any information on him. Maybe he's like the leader of the station. But who we want to talk to is right here, Saul. We want to call Saul. So, assuming we do that, I think we probably only need one person to do it. Chris, you're the hero, right? You should be the one. We don't want to let William do it. He's the one that doesn't talk much, right? I didn't mix that up. Right? Yeah, he's antisocial. So, probably want Chris. Wants to fight more than average. That's not quite what I was looking for here. Maybe the comedian should do it. You know? Jess, hardworking, peace-loving engineer. Yeah. I think Chris should do it. So we're going to have Chris and his hero self with no food in his belly. Yikes. Maybe you should eat, dude. Is it a schedule problem? Is that why you're not eating? Wow. Where is it? Right here. Yeah. So there's a huge eat period here. Like there's a huge work period here. I'm curious if maybe I should add a free time slot in the middle of this. Because it seems like a lot. So maybe we take work all the way to bed. Then you have this, and then maybe I give you like a smidgen of free time right here. That lines up with these guys' time. So we could do something like that. So you have 4 hours of free time every day. I think that's pretty reasonable, huh? And then same thing with this right here too. We just line up the free time slots. And actually we could push it a little bit too. Maybe we push it to where it's like this instead. And then sleep can be here, work can be here. So there's a little bit more stagger there. Yeah, I like it. And then what we can do then is we now have their free time and their work kind of just lined up. So everybody has free time in the same amounts of time. I feel like I'm playing Prison Architect here. Although in this case, instead of trying to get their free times to stagger, so they're not on free time at the same time, I'm trying to get them on free time at the same time. But that's probably good. That way they have a little chance to maybe get something to eat or something if they need to. All right, so I think maybe before we go in there, I want to see how this rogue bot situation resolves, because I don't want to leave with my fighters. Hang on. Crew available for hire if interested. Hail us for details. Oh, we can hail them to hire somebody. Hey, like that. Hang on, getting more crew would be nice. We have. I can expand the side of the ship on this side. Move the windows. Sure. See about hailing these guys. Cannot hail. Operations offline. Set system readiness in systems menu. Set system readiness. Oh, hang on. Okay, so we're talking to them. So hire a crew member. Negotiate for permission. Well, they offered. They said they were available. There are missions here too. No missions. We have trade. We have a black market. Oh. That's interesting. Human meat's only worth 72 credits. If I just send one person over there to take care of this, then I think the rogue box are probably not going to be that big of a deal. So, Chris, I'm drafting you. Let's get you to the shuttle. And we're just going to send you over to the space station and talk to Saul. It's a shame I can't just call him because he's right there. But let's go ahead and dock on this side right here. We'll dock right here. There we go. I'm assuming these rogue bots are also against the station as well. The station has defenses as well, doesn't it? I see some turrets over there and here. Yeah, it's got turrets on both sides here. It doesn't have any here, though, so I guess if the rogue bots are coming from this side, I have to defend it for myself. But I have defenses for this. Should be all right, right? Let's have you exit. And we want to get you over to talk to Saul. There we go. Talk to. Okay, rogue boss detected. Great. Right as I start to talk to the guy. You find the former Pathfinder wandering around the station in a drunken daze. Huh? I know you. I have been looking for you. Sheridan sent me. Oh, yeah, Sheridan, right. So you found me. What now? I want to become a Pathfinder. Sheridan said that the fleet needs a Pathfinder, so we signed up. But we need your old beacon. Oh, yeah, right. Well, yeah, that beacon thingy. It's your funeral. You speak for a while. And that's when I ran to the shuttle and got out of there. Damn rogue bots were tearing holes in the hull. Last I saw, anyway. If you're still going through with the whole Pathfinder thing, I got the coordinates to the ship right here. The Pathfinder beacon should still be here. If the bots ain't scrapped it yet. It's like somebody bouncing around up above my head right now. Thanks. Take care of yourself. So I got the coordinates for that. We need to go to Funlax Muramasa Expanse. That's a fun name. And then we get 4 prestige. Man, now I wish I had gotten the money. Exodus fleet finds your progress admirable. Yeah? I'm not sure what I could do with prestige. I should have got the money. Because I'm going to run out of Hyperium. Might have to go to the fleet and see if they can just like, I don't know. I think there are loans and stuff too you can get in the game somewhere. So where's this bot? It's right there. It's coming in from this side. Rogue attack drone. Okay, so this little guy has 30 hull stability. He's it's an autonomous little dude. So can we shoot it? Can we kill it? Tell me we can shoot it and kill it. Starfarer is on the controls. So shoot it, guys. It's shooting my ship. Oh, it's dead. Yeah, it's just we just eliminated it. That was actually pretty quick. It was shooting the ship for a little bit though. I don't see anything damaged. Yeah, it seems we're fine. All right, well, let's get Chris back to our ship then, I guess. And maybe if I just undraft him, does he just walk back? If I just say you're not drafted anymore, do you just walk back to us now? He's just gonna he's gonna stay. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, I was like, he's just gonna stay there. So we have another ship that's entered, Nighthawk. Didn't we just see you? Please tell me that you have Hyperium at a cheaper price. 386. So yours is 386, and the station's selling it for 374. So I should probably buy it from them if I'm gonna buy it. And I really need it. I'm desperately out of it. So we're gonna have to do something about it. Unfortunately, I think I'm gonna give them an energy block. I really don't want to give them a tech block. I think we're good on hull blocks for a bit. I'm gonna do that. We can give them. Am I going space food here? I want the fertilizer for my plants. I'd love to buy hyperfuel instead. I just can't use it. So it's like nuts and seeds. We're going to have a very imbalanced diet very quickly here. Base metals. We'll give you some base metals. And 10. I have to get some ice from someplace, so we'll have to drop out and get some ice someplace. Let's give them some soft scrap. It's not much, but it's something. Yeah, let's give them the soft blocks. I guess I'm not gonna buy that. I'm not gonna make that couch. One more hull block there. It's only 44. Now they're giving me money, and I get all their Hyperium for now. One infra block, and this feels bad. I really don't want to do that. Nuts and seeds. And then they're giving me 108. So I have 64 credits. So why don't I get another info block from them? I'll give them 50 credits for it. Okay. We're going to be able to go places. All right. That's the bottom line. The Hyperium is what we use to jump and to move places. So if I don't have it, then I can't go anywhere. Right. We refined it a hyperfuel to enable FTL travel, distorts space-time around them, right? We have not enough. Now we have more. More is good. More is much better than, less when it comes to Hyperium. So, okay, as far as our research goes, medical bed was the thing, but now I'm thinking X1 hyperdrive needs to be pushed higher in this list. I still think medical bed is the good one, but if I had this installed, I'd be able to use cheaper fuel, or at least use fuel more efficient. So definitely want to get that going. I'm also thinking about the Energium here, and I'm thinking maybe getting a storage for that here is a good idea. I don't think I can put a storage right next to that temperature thing though. Let me see. If I wanted to put a storage right here, would you let me? You would, but I'm not convinced that you would be able to. I'm worried that you won't be able to fix that if I do it. I could always put it over here too. Let's take this thermal regulator and put it right here instead. I have a lot of thermal regulators. I don't even know if I need this many. But I feel like in here, in this power room, I wanted to make sure that the temperature was always great. And there's vents and stuff anyway. So if we, if things start getting really hot, having more thermal regulators will let it cool down a lot quicker. Like, we can solve problems quicker by having more of them. Was my train of thought on that. Let's get another storage right here. It's more info blocks. Never mind. We'll plan on another storage here once it's possible to do, but I just don't have enough. So that's 2 out of 5. If I got 3 more, I could build this. And then we still need 1 for the water collector too. Let's I'm gonna prioritize the resources here, so it'll rob it from this one, so we can get that water collector up. Okay, let's see. So the next task is build research facilities. We don't have the research bench. The bench, as far as I understand, is only needed for experiments. So this doesn't have any experiments. Looking at the hyperdrive, that might though, right? Yeah. So that has an experiment. So if I don't have the bench, I can do these things, but I can't do this thing. Energy refinery, does that has experiments as well? Man, more energium for that. So I really need the Hyperion here. So I have to be really careful about where I jump. I can't just jump anywhere I want. So that being said, where are we going next? Could go to the farming station. Probably not that helpful. Could go back this way. There's ice, exotic ores and stuff. I can't use this other than selling it. And going backwards, I don't know about that. Where is our next goal for our factions? So don't think it's actually told me where to go from here. It gave me... Let's get out. We're not going to be doing anything else here. So let's just get ourselves queued up here and we'll go. Nighthawk's leaving the sector too. So we'll jump. And then we'll see about maybe what happens if we get over here. Oh. Well, I hope they sober up eventually. For now, you have the coordinates. So all you need to do is seek out the HSS Wicked Bird. I like that name, though. Recover that beacon. Pathfinder, I am Colonel Estera Marinescu, the fleet's head of security. That actually is a woman. Got my voice all deep. I'm the colonel. From the sound of it, there are rogue bots aboard the Wicked Bird, so I would advise you to arm yourselves and be prepared to encounter hostiles. Good hunting. Indeed. Thank you, Colonel. Oh, and Pathfinder, you're welcome to salvage the Wicked Bird and keep everything you find aboard it. Keep an eye out for surviving crew in hypersleep, too. Good luck. Ooh, surviving crew in hypersleep. That'd be nice. Okay, so once again, I can get prestige. I don't know what this does, and I feel like it says you can spend prestige points to buy resources, technology, hire crew, or request ships to assist you. That sounds like it'd be very useful. 1,200 credits is pretty useful too. I think we're gonna go for prestige again. I don't know if I'm gonna regret that. Pathfinder beacon is what we need. Asteroid field. So we are there. We need to get to a completely different system down there. I don't think I even have the Hyperion to go there. And then we return to the fleet there. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I mean, at least we know kind of where we're going now. But I don't have enough Hyperion to get there. I have 7. I don't think 7 is enough to reach it, is it? Isn't it 1 per? Or maybe it's not 1 per jump. I'm wondering if we can keep going. If I go here and then I have to go all the way around again, that's going to piss me off. Let's go this way. Okay, good. We can get around this way. I'm really hoping that this allows us to go there. So we have 7 still, though. Okay. Farming station. Android Collective is here. Maybe we could trade with them. The farming station. I mean, we might be able to trade with these guys, but what are we trading? I have energy rods. I have a lot of energy rods. And I can't use them yet. Maybe we can trade our energy rods for Hyperion. Let's drop out really quick. And let's see if we can hail the ship first, because that might leave. So you guys have Hyperion at a very high price. Because of course you do. Will you buy my... You'll buy my Hyperion for a very high price. Ooh. So that's... No, that's not. That's about as much as I paid for it. So that's not helping me. Wow. Yeah, you're not going to buy my energy rods either. So that's not... That sucks. You guys will sell me for 378. So I could maybe buy it from you guys right now. You guys have tons of food available. Man, would it be nice to have... Like, if I had a bunch of credits, I would buy a bunch of this stuff right here, and then I would go back to that other station and sell it. Yeah, you can have some IV fluid. That's 1,000. So Hyperion, if I want 3 of these, yikes. Ugh, fine, 1 more IV fluid. Accept that trade. At least we get 3 more. Ooh, there's a mission. CB Kingdom. Deliver cargo. There it is. Yeah, we could use some help transporting our cargo. Our partner is awaiting it at the destination. So this is the part where if we had a cargo bay, we could do these things. Cargo shuttles. 1, yeah, food. So we're taking food from here and delivering it to the complete opposite direction. Okay, well, we probably wouldn't accept that anyway. It's not where we're going anyway. But if we wanted a cargo port, what would it cost me, right? I have not enough resources to make it right now, but I still think it could go here. It's weird that that's still not letting me put it there, though. Wow, we need like a little bit more space on the hull here, but yeah, we could put it right here. Put it on the side like that. It's kind of wild that it's still not letting me place it right there. Like, there's just a no-go zone right here. The 3 tiles where that used to set up. I'm wondering if maybe if I reboot the game that will go away. Because that's where they initially set up the resources to then build the airlock, and that's still a no-go zone. You can see it's even yellow here. It's like something is in the way. It's very strange. All right, let's go this way. I'm not sure I want to stop just for a derelict. Like if there was other resources here, maybe I would stop, but I think I'm going to keep going. And military alliance is there. This is scannable with a derelict unexplored. Yeah, military swaps me. There's a whole bunch of stuff there. That's cool. This is a prison station. That seems fun. I think we just keep going. We can always get these derelicts later, but right now I feel like I really got to get to the part where I can like make these guys happy really quick and then use that prestige to buy stuff from them. So let's go this way. And now we can go through here. So focus camera on hyperlane endpoint. Ah, gotcha. That's cool. So we go here. And then I'm not noticing it using my Hyperium. So I'm curious as to when that gets spent, because I know that that's the resources that we're using. So that's very interesting to me. I thought that's what we were using, but maybe not. No, I'm certain that we're using this. I just don't know how much we use per jump. So ice basics. There's Energium here, so we probably should go there anyway. Yeah, so we'd probably drop out here. I don't see the point where we're supposed to go. Funlax Maramusa Expanse. That's where we are. And the mission objective is... Oh, there it is. I can see it. Yeah. Okay, so that's the derelict that's there. Okay, so we can probably stop here for a second, get the Energium, and then go, or we can just get it on the way back. There's another derelict there, too. I think we'll get the Energium on the way back. Let's go here and then drop out. And then we'll get right up on it. There we go. Okay, so this is the Wicked Bird. And we know that there's robots on board. So that's something that we are going to have to deal with. Mark that stuff for mining. And then we take... you guys are all in your leisure time, which makes sense. But right after your leisure time is done, I'm going to draft you. And we're going to go and get that stuff right away. There. Chris, Peter, Starfarer, William. Let's go. Why are you shooting? Don't shoot. Somebody just shot their gun. It's probably Peter. That guy. Telling you what. All right, let's take this. And we know they're robots, so I feel like getting into the open space is probably not as good. I'm not sure what kind of view I want here. I guess I want the walls to be totally down. So we're going to go to the airlock here instead of this open space here. Just because I know that there are, you know, there's baddies in here with guns, with lasers. Okay. So I think the first thing we want to do in this case is just go ahead and crouch. And we're going to move around a little bit in this open area first. Okay, let's get... Yeah, no bots yet. That's fun. There's a lot of equipment in here. I mean, we could definitely get some research progress. I think these are the big ones. Are these the big drives? I wish I could see what it is by clicking on it. Okay, we have line of sight, but no... Don't see any baddies just yet. Let's go through... Oh, well, we see a shot. There's the baddies. Let's go ahead and line up here. Let's get a crouch. Shoot it. Oh, there's 2 of them. Our aim is actually pretty poor. Wow, they are just... They don't miss as often as we do. They definitely don't miss as often as we do. I would love to have some cover. There's one. Peter's getting smacked. I think we need to pull back. The problem is they're going to follow us. They're going to pursue us. We need to pull back towards... I don't want to run across this. I think we're going to go back around. Let's pull back. Let's withdraw for a second. Yep. We're going to pull back towards our vessel. Hopefully they don't come this way. Okay, let's keep going. And then I want to crouch right here and prepare for them to come after us at this spot. That way, if we really need to move out of here, we're right here on the door. I'm going to assume that they're coming through the doors here in a second, but I don't know that. Either way, if they try to move away, we'll be able to see them here anyway. So we just don't have any cover. Like, there's no cover objects. Is this a cover object? Items in space. Yeah, this is Hyperion. I'd love to collect that. I don't think this counts as cover. Not sure what does. This is just stuff. This is not cover. I thought there were ways to take cover behind stuff in this game, but I just don't... I don't see any cleared, like... It's not like think about XCOM, right? There's an icon that says, look, there's cover when you click on it, right? This doesn't have that as far as I can see, so... And then, but he does get up. He does stand up to shoot over top of it and then come back down, so maybe that does count as cover? Either way, it's only enough cover for one guy. Yeah, I guess we're just going to stay here for a second. Let him shoot at whatever he's shooting at. Yep, here they come. There's good. That's good. That's good. What do we got? I think we're pretty healthy. I got Peter back behind this. There we go. Shoot it. Shoot it. Not bad. Not bad. We are getting little tiny shots, right? Little burn wounds. All right. Little bits, little here. Uncomfortable leisure space. Okay. Sure. I can understand that. It does seem like a pretty uncomfortable leisure environment right now. Let's move around. See if we can find any more rooms to reveal. And hopefully not get shot at by any remaining robots. So far, no robots. Did we take them all out? That'd be nice. There's a data log and a combat stimulant. Let's go ahead and grab that. It's on the ground. Yeah, put it in your pocket. And then get the data log. Thank you. We have to read these data logs too. They're not just like random text in there. Like there's actually something to follow. So I do want to read those in a second. There's the thing that we needed to get. So we'll grab the beacon. Okay. Outstanding work. You found the beacon. You have done well so far. Now you may salvage the derelict at your own pace, and once you are done, come and visit us and we can talk more. Okay, good. We'll await you at the Exodus fleet. Once you jump into hyperspace, you can find us by checking information on the blue mission objective notification. Okay, but we're not done. It's not telling me to break down the ship because I haven't explored this part yet. So can I move you not to that side? Okay, never mind. We will just continue. I'm not going to go accelerated speed, though. Like, only if I know it's safe will I do that. But yes, let the one that's in the back moving slowly open the door. It's fine. I think we're pretty much explored here, aren't we? Door opens. Do I need to see every single one of these rooms in order for it to count it? I feel like I say this like final last words. I feel like we've taken out all the enemies. Our guys are very tired, so I want them to go back pretty soon here. There. Okay, we're done. So undraft everybody. And ooh, I'm not sure what's that all about. Things are exploding. Well, it could be asteroids. Yeah. Asteroid hazard still. Okay, let's get the transfers done. We want to select all except that. And there's a little bit of Hyperion here. I guess that's worth it. Go ahead and get that. And then we salvage. Look at the high on everything. Oh, man. Loving that. All right. We stay here and do all of these things. Yes, that is what we do. All right. I'm going to let them do this. Break this down. Oh. Ooh. There's hypersleep pods here. Was there anybody inside them? I don't know. We're breaking them down. Well, we'd be able to see inside them, right? I don't see any people in there. So there's nobody in the hypersleeps? What are these? Are they like these look like they're more advanced versions of these. Yeah, and I want to build this, and I don't know if these are the really big ones. I think maybe they're not. No, they kind of look like maybe they're the normal size ones that I have already. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, but once we get to be able to use that other kind of fuel, I think we break this one down and we put that engine on this side and then swap it to this one. But then we're going to need even more because if it's 1,600... Well, no. If it's 1,600 for each one, then we had to build 2 of those. They're probably very expensive, but we replace all of this. We scrap all of these, and then we rebuild it. That's kind of risky, though, right? Because we have to make sure that we have enough resources to build to get out of there. Because if I break these down to then process the scrap on these to build the other ones, and I don't have enough, now I can't jump. So it's going to have to be some mathematics, some arithmetic happening there. Probably very basic math, but, you know, I can mess it up. I'll find a way.